After 33 Christmases alone, my daughter-in-law came to my mansion, but she was the one locked out. For 33 long Christmases, I sat alone at a table meant for 10. The mansion was big, too big for one old woman, but silence had become my only guest. My son had left years ago after his marriage. No calls, no cards, no visits. Only rumors reached me that I was dead, heartless, worthless. I let them believe it. You see, when my husband died, I didn't give my business to my son. I gave it to trusts, lawyers, and time. Because love that depends on money is never love. Christmas Eve, year 33, snow fell softly as a black luxury car stopped outside my gate. I watched from the balcony as my daughter-in-law stepped out, dressed in expensive clothes, confidence dripping from her smile. She rang the bell. Once, twice, again. No answer. Her smile faded. She knocked harder, pulled out her phone. She must be inside, she muttered. Open the gate. The guard didn't move. She said no visitors. He replied. Her face turned red. Do you know who I am? The guard nodded calmly. Yes, and I know who you are not. The truth she never expected. I spoke through the intercom for the first time in decades. Merry Christmas. She froze. That voice. You're alive? I smiled. Very much so. She begged. She apologized. She said my son was busy, confused, manipulated. I listened quietly. Then I said the words that ended everything. For 33 years, I was locked out of your life. Tonight, you get to feel the same cold. I handed the guard an envelope. Inside were documents. The mansion, not theirs. The company, donated to charity. My wealth, already assigned to people who showed kindness when I had nothing. My daughter-in-law collapsed to her knees. The gate never opened. My first Christmas not alone. That night, I didn't eat alone. I shared dinner with orphaned children from a nearby shelter. Laughing, singing, finally alive. As the fire burned warm behind me, I whispered, being alone isn't the punishment. Being unworthy of love is. And for the first time in 33 years, I slept in peace.
The next morning, my phone rang. It was my son. His voice was shaking. Mom, I know everything now. She came only for the money. I made the biggest mistake of my life. I stayed silent. 33 years of silence don't disappear in one night. That evening, he came to my gate. Alone. No car. No pride. He didn't knock. He sat on the cold ground and said, If you can't forgive me, I understand. But please, tell me the truth. I stepped outside. For the first time in 33 years, I asked only one question. When I was sick, when I was alone, where were you? Tears rolled down his face. I was weak. She turned me against you. I replied calmly, Weakness isn't a sin, but delaying the truth turns it into one. I opened the gate, but not fully. Before you enter my home, you must change yourself, or next Christmas, you'll be outside again. He lowered his head. Then a voice shouted from behind, My daughter-in-law, if he goes in, what about me? I looked at her and said, You closed this door yourself. 33 years ago, the gate closed, and the story wasn't over yet. Days passed after that Christmas night. The world outside my gate didn't change, but inside something finally did. My son came every morning, not to ask for money, not to argue. He cleaned the garden, fixed broken lights, sat quietly by the fireplace. Sometimes he cried, sometimes he said nothing at all. For the first time in his life, he was learning patience. One evening, I handed him an envelope. His hands trembled. Inside was not wealth. It was a list. Volunteer work at the orphanage. Monthly visits to the elderly home. 1 year of living without luxury. I said softly, This is the price of coming back to me. He nodded. I'll do all of it, even if it takes my whole life. That night, another knock echoed at the gate. Angry, loud. My daughter-in-law. This is cruel. He belongs with me. I walked to the intercom. No, I replied calmly. He belongs with his conscience first. She screamed. She threatened. Then she said the one thing she shouldn't have. You're nothing without your money. I smiled. And you are nothing because of it. Silence followed. She turned and walked away into the snow. Alone, the final scene. A year later, Christmas returned. This time my table was not empty. My son sat across from me, older, humbler, quieter. I placed a small gift in front of him. It wasn't money. It was a key. "This opens the door to my home," I said. "Not my fortune." Tears filled his eyes. Outside, the gate remained closed. Some doors are locked forever, not out of revenge, but out of wisdom. That Christmas changed my family. That night, after everyone had left, I sat alone again. But this time, I wasn't empty. I looked at the decorations, the tree, the lights, symbols of a celebration I never truly believed in. And I whispered to myself, in Islam, Christmas is not something we celebrate, because for Muslims, faith is clear. We respect others. We live peacefully. But we do not take part in religious celebrations that are not ours. My years of loneliness had taught me something deeper than revenge. They taught me clarity. The next morning, I removed the decorations. Not out of anger, not out of sadness, but out of belief. I called my son and said, "You are welcome in my life, but only if you understand one thing. We live by values, not trends." He nodded. "I lost my way once. I don't want to lose my faith too. I used my wealth differently after that. To feed the poor, to help orphans, to support widows and the elderly, not to impress people, but to please Allah, the daughter-in-law, one last time." Months later, I heard she had left. The luxury, the pride, the lies. She searched for happiness in money and lost everything. I felt no joy in her fall, only a quiet reminder. When faith is missing, nothing else is enough. Final ending, strong moral. Doors may open and close in this world, but the real door is the one you face on the day of judgment. Respect others. Stand firm in your faith, and never trade belief for wealth. Final message. If you enjoyed this story, please like, share, and subscribe. More emotional stories are coming soon.